This is the diet guide that you always needed. How to lose body fat. So I'm going to cover 6 steps with you in this video, teaching you how to modify your diet to maximize fat loss. So this first step is what not to eat. Step 2 is what to eat. Step 3, your new shopping list. Step 4, how to cook it. Step 5, how much to eat. And step 6 is when to eat. So the first step is what not to eat. I think this is the more important part. So you pay close attention. Sugar, carbs, starch, maltodextrin, all of them are basically just carbs. Different types of carbs. The second thing to avoid is seed oils, vegetable oil. They both contain linoleic acid. Everything processed and pictured below. So we're going to look at this. So we have lollies, candy, sweets, whatever you call it. This stuff, sugary bullshit. We have breakfast cereals. We have soft drinks like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, chips, these Doritos, Cheetos, more soft drink, McDonald's, pizza, burgers, some more cereal, and this is vegetable oil and canola oil, which is a seed oil. This is basically the American diet. That, the standard American diet where they wake up, they have their cereal, and then their next snack is a bag of Doritos. They have some soft drink, then they have some chips, and then when they have dinner, they just go out and have some McDonald's or some pizza, right? That's the American diet. All of the McDonald's and stuff is cooked in seed oils. Same with these chips, always cooked in seed oils. Um, the breakfast cereal is always full of maltodextrin and usually has vegetable oil added to it. This stuff here has got lots of sweeteners. It's just sucrose, which is sugar. Maltodextrin. All this McDonald's and cereal is just starch and maltodextrin. Uh, Soft drink is obviously just sugar. Um, so yeah, that's what you should not be eating. Here, instead, is what you should be eating. So you need to be eating more protein, more saturated fatty acids. So that's what that is, SFAs. MUFAs is monounsaturated fatty acids, which is another healthy fat, right? Unprocessed and whole food, everything that is pictured here. So we have eggs, we have organs like offal, which is this is beef liver, regular meat, cheese, nuts. This is ghee, which is like butter, but it's clarified. It's like an Indian thing, and coconut oil. All of these you should be eating pretty much every day. I mean, it depends. You can eat what you want out of this, but you should be eating this. This is like 90% of your diet. And I just want to touch quickly on fruit because I know here there's no fruit. Well, fruit is in fact healthy. However, you're trying to lose body fat. So if that's your goal, then you shouldn't be eating fruit because fruit has sugar in it. And you can still lose fat with fruit in your diet. However, I do think that for the next few months, you could just skip it. And when you lose all your fat, then you can reintroduce it into your diet because it is healthy. And I think to be fully healthy, you do have to eat fruit because you need vitamin C. You need, and the sugar in fruit isn't bad for you. It's just that it's going to slow you down if you're trying to burn fat. So the third step we're going to cover is your new shopping list. This is now your shopping list. This is what you're going to be buying when you go to the grocery store. So the first thing on the list is red meat, lamb, beef, pork, goat. If you don't want to have pork, that's fine. You don't have to. You just pick one of these or two of these and have them. Ideally, you should be buying at least a kilogram of this meat, right? So, for example, I get around 2 kilograms of beef mince every few days because I eat around half a kilogram of beef mince pretty much every day. I mean, some days I go without, and that's fine. But the days that I'm not eating it, I'm just eating lots of eggs, chicken eggs. But yeah, so the first thing, try to get at least a kilogram of red meat. Beef mince is what I get because it's quite cheap. Where I live, it's around $10 per kilogram. Is like the cheapest you can get it. So I just get $20 worth of beef, 2 kilograms, and yeah, that's a lot of protein in that. What I have with half a kilogram of beef mince is around 125 grams of protein. So that's why you should be eating it. It's just and it's easy to cook. And I'll cover how to cook it in the next slide. But basically, yeah, cheese. I usually have cheese mm, every couple of days. I'll have some cheese, like brie, for example. I like brie. I also have Colby, and I have cheddar, and basically you can get any cheese you like, except don't get like the American cheese because that's like those strips, those little thin bits of like weird cheese that's yellow. It's not good. That's not real cheese. Don't get like American cheese if it says that. But anything else is fine. White meat. I know a lot of people love chicken, so yes, have lots of chicken if you love chicken. Fish, turkey, seafood, rabbit, if you eat rabbit. If you're allergic to seafood, just don't eat it. You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to eat everything. If you don't want to eat something, that's fine. But do have meat. At least have some meat. If you're not having white meat, have red meat. If you're not having red meat, just have white meat, right? But have lots of it. Nuts, just pick the best tasting nut in your opinion. I suppose if you really don't like nuts for whatever reason, then you could not have nuts. But honestly, I have Brazil nuts. I like almonds, walnuts, cashews, like all these things. It's good, and especially for some people who like to have snacks throughout the day. I'm against snacking, but if you wanted to have a snack, just have some like roasted almonds or something. Eggs, you should be having eggs every day. Personally, I think you should be eating 4 eggs every day as a minimum. I normally have between 6 and 10 eggs per day, but yeah, basically just get eggs. Could be chicken, which is what most people eat, but if you have duck eggs, goose eggs, quail eggs, they're just as good. Cooking fat. So we have butter, ghee, coconut oil, and beef tallow. So those are the 4 cooking fats. Butter, I cook most of my stuff in butter. If you are like from India or something and you have lots of ghee, that's awesome because ghee is very good as well, right? Coconut oil, you can cook in coconut oil, it's very good as well. I sometimes use coconut oil, it tastes good, it's very good for you. Beef tallow, I don't have beef tallow, but if you do, this is another great option for cooking it. Those are the only 4. You can't have anything else. And you might ask about like, what about olive oil? Olive oil isn't like bad for you, but it's just not good to cook with. And I know that's controversial, like, oh, but I always cook with olive oil, whatever, I don't care. Just start using butter or coconut oil or ghee or beef tallow. And it's not like it's that expensive either. It's not like olive oil is probably more expensive than these. So this is a good option, right? Then you've got organs and offal. Once again, if you really don't like this stuff, then okay, fair enough. But if you're not eating this, you're gonna have to eat more meat and more eggs because the nutrients found in beef liver, for example, is ridiculous. So we have liver, heart, brain, kidney. You can fry most of these. I mean, I don't think you could fry a brain, and I don't think you'd want to buy a brain. I don't do that, but yeah, heart, heart is just like regular meat. It tastes fine. Liver's like really nutrient dense and everything. Kidneys, once again, Greek yogurt or kefir. So if you like yogurt, it can't be flavored, it can't be sweetened, it can't have sugar. It it shouldn't even be flavored. Like if you like vanilla, chances are they put vanilla essence and then they also put sugar to make it sweeter. Just get something plain, plain Greek yogurt. Kefir is like a drink. If you have kefir, most people don't. You don't need to get it. And carrots are optional if you need fiber down there. So For example, like all of this diet doesn't really have any fiber in it, and your gut might not tolerate having no fiber too well. So if you are one of those people who really does need fiber for good digestion, just have carrots because carrots are simple, they have lots of fiber, and they are healthy. This is the only vegetable I recommend you eating, to be honest. But yeah, so here's how to cook your food. Eggs can be fried or scrambled. I used to only fry them in butter, but now I like to scramble them because I like the taste of scrambled eggs. And in my opinion, it's easy to eat. You just swallow it basically. So like fried or scrambled in butter tastes so good. I love eggs. All meat can be fried. That's how I do it. I just fry all my meat. If I have steaks, I just fry them in butter. Well, everything I cook in butter really. Beef mince, I just fry that in butter. Organs can be fried. I've fried like kidneys. Yeah, you just fry them for like a couple minutes. Cheese can be eaten as it is, or if you'd like to melt it, you can do that. Nuts, just eat as they are because you don't like if they're already roasted, you don't cook nuts, bro. Cooking fat is obviously used for cooking. Carrot is eaten raw, and yogurt and kefir is eaten as it is. You don't need to cook it or anything. So, how much should you be eating? Always eat as much as you feel like eating. With the foods I've just shown to you, you can't get fat from any of this stuff. None of this is able to get fat from, literally. It's not biologically possible. So, just eat as much as you like. So, allow your metabolism to rise and just eat as much as you want. Don't bother with counting calories because they no longer matter. Now that your body can't get fat, it's not like eating more calories is a detriment, is it? You're just going to get more energy because your metabolism will go up. So the final step, step 6, is how often, when are you going to eat? So don't eat before midday. I've made like an intermittent fasting guide on my channel if you want to check that out. This is along the lines of intermittent fasting. You don't want to eat too soon in the day. Try to keep it until around midday. Finish eating 2 hours before you go to bed. If you eat too close to bed, you won't be able to sleep as well because you're digesting. It's better to just not eat before you go to bed. So 2 hours, give yourself 2 hours. And as an example, you go to bed at 9 p.m. So you're going to start eating at midday, 12 p.m., and you're going to finish eating at 7 p.m. That's pretty fucking easy. You can eat lots of food. You're not going to go hungry, right? That's plenty of time, but you're prolonging it past midday. So this is kind of like intermittent fasting. Don't snack, just eat in meals. Have a large amount of food and protein at once, then let it digest for a few hours. So just get half a kilogram of ground beef, minced beef, put it in a frying pan with some butter, cook it up, just eat it on a plate. Put salt and pepper on it, and it tastes awesome. That's 125 grams of protein. That's all that food, and it'll take you like 3 hours to digest it. Perfect. That's literally perfect. Doesn't matter how many calories it has. Usually it has like 1000 to 1400 calories. But that doesn't matter because I eat like 4000 calories per day and I'm not getting fat. I'm still lean as I've ever been. So I'm doing free one-to-one fat loss coaching for anyone who actually wants to get help. I will personally work with you to make you lose all excess body fat, get a six pack, improve your health, improve your diet and lifestyle to optimize for getting lean. And it's all for free. I'm not charging you a cent. In 3 months from now, you will have your lean body. I can promise you that. And I've also released a free six pack guide. If for some reason you don't want to do coaching, that's okay because I got you. I've got a free six pack guide. It's linked in the description. You can learn how to sculpt your core for free and build the most aesthetic and attractive midsection possible. Girls love it. So I hope this guide is actually educational. I hope I'm actually helping you learn what to eat, what not to eat, how to cook it, why you shouldn't eat fruit right now, how to what your shopping list is like. I hope I'm doing everything I can to make sure that you will lose fat as quickly as possible. That's my mission. So with that, good luck, bro.